think. No. Mate, and we're alive. Of course, a big thank you to Marcus. Of course, he's done so much for the team in the past couple of years. So a big shout out has to go to him. He's carried the late hours, and of course, now of course I've just woken up. So yeah, it's my time to do 1 hour of hosting before Alex takes over and does the last couple of hours of stream with Jack. Merry Christmas to Karen L. Merry Christmas. Welcome Orione, I remember you from earlier. Welcome Hannah. Welcome. And yeah, the Santa's enter Guatemala in about 4 minutes. Welcome Gianni, welcome to stream. As of course we're in the latter hours of the stream, let's say. But don't leave. We have multiple other hosts coming on. We have Alex hosting about 4 hours. And we have, I believe we do have Jack hosting our last hour. CJ Jackson, welcome. ASMRable, welcome to stream. Tiggy2, welcome. When does he get to Mississippi? Well, Pencil, if you want to go to our website link at santatracking.net/arrivaltime, it is pinned in the top of the chat, so you can check that if you really want to. And then that should show you where Santa's going to get to your house. You just have to find your state, and it's perfect. What time does he get to Wisconsin? As I've said, Skid, you should go to our link, which is in the chat at santatracking.net/arrivaltime. When will he get to New York? He has already been to New York, Gianni. So you've either missed him, and you might want to get to bed very soon, or he's already been. Sebastian, he will come back when, yep. As Sebastian said, he'll come back when you're sleeping, so make sure you go to bed. Yes, ASMRable, he has been to Australia. Matt, have I been up all night? Majority of the night, yes, I have been up. I'm just gonna have to refresh my stream page on my tablet, so I can't see chat for a sec. And we're back, sorry about that. Yes, actually I'm not sure, I don't think he's coming to Mississippi yet. Let me just check for you. He might have, I don't think he has. Yeah, as Sly has said, Australia was one of the first places he went to. We're all sent to be in Minnesota. As I said, I suggest you check our link that's pinned in the top of the chat, and that will show you all the arrival times for every state in the USA. When will he hit Texas? He's already, I believe Texas might be one of his next stops here, as he's racing towards Guatemala. And as Hannah said, hit the like button. We might do, I've lost my words. We might be able to hit 2K. When did he come to North Carolina? When did he? I'm actually very not sure. I might have been asleep for a couple of hours, so you know. Isla Garcia, Santa said he's not coming until 12 AM. Yeah, that's around about the time that we predict that he might arrive in California. Ben, as I said again, I don't really know that because I'm British, so I don't really know most of the arrival times for America. So I really do suggest you go to santatracking.net/arrivaltime, and that's all there. Truck Life, he's darting out the USA and the South Americas at the moment. So he's basically staying around the Americas. And then I believe after I finish my hosting shift, he will stay in the Americas for a good couple of hours, and he'll be going to start finishing off his trip. Where am I? I'm at my house in England. Any Mexicans? If you are Mexican, I do suggest you go to bed, as Santa will be getting there very shortly. But I believe he might be going straight up to Texas, or he might go to Mexico. I'm not sure. And as Braden has put in the chat, if you want to apply to be part of our team, go to soundclothing.net/apply. We've lost quite a lot of people though, so if you know a friend that was in the stream before and left, make sure to invite them back. How long until Vancouver? Well, Vancouver is one of Santa's last stops on this trip. So yeah, it might be quite in quite a while. Oreo Nate, good night Oreo, hope you have a very good Christmas. Of course, it's already Christmas Day where I live, and I've already opened my presents. Your ASMR able is Mexican. If you've already opened your Christmas presents, what did you get, and did you get what you want? Put in the chat right now, and then we might read some of them out. Welcome Tad Dog, welcome to the stream. Yes, Sly said, start him to bed if you live in Central America. Santa is below my Santa. Don't get what that means, Daniel. Apparently Santa's already come to ASMR. Well, I hope you got the gifts you want. And I'm guessing you left cookies and milk out for Santa or whatever your Christmas tradition is. I know I left some mince pies out. Sly, I'm from the UK. Marion can't wait for Christmas Day. You got a Pro scooter, a GoPro. That's actually quite a lot. And the BMX. That's actually quite a lot. I got a couple of good stuff as well. I got a wheel, and I got a phone, and of course some chocolate. Of course, it can't be Christmas without chocolate, can it? You're sitting until your mum lets you open the presents in 3 hours. Well, Sly, I hope we are entertaining you for the next 3 hours. And you got some clothes. Well, hopefully those clothes will fit you. And, yeah, they're the right size. Of course, it's very annoying when sometimes your parents will buy you smaller clothes than you actually need, or too large clothes. And he's about to arrive at Ciudad Frontera in Mexico. So it looks like he is going to do Mexico here. Daniel lives in Arizona. I'm not really too good with America, to be honest. Of course, I'm across the pond, and it's currently just gone 5 o'clock here. It's my shift is to an hour. As Patrick is showing off his Spanish and Mexican, I believe, in the chat. And you just turned 16. Well, happy 16th birthday then. And I hope you had a brilliant birthday. Sabine, Santa has been to the UK. He might have just not been asleep, so if Santa has not arrived yet, and you have no presents under your tree, I do suggest you go to bed immediately. Because then he still has time to come back around and give you your presents. Santa will get caught in the sky. I believe there's been quite a lot of Santa sightings this year. Did Santa come to PA? I'm guessing PA. Let me think. What state is PA again? Pennsylvania? No, I don't know. What's PA again? I'm not very good with American states. PA. Only if is that a town or city? How many hours until he goes to northern Texas? Well, Liv, it looks like he's making good progress, and he should be there in the next hour. He's heading to Ciudad Frontera in Mexico, and it looks like he's going to be turned towards Pennsylvania. I believe he might have already gone to Pennsylvania. Let's see where Pennsylvania is on this map. And that is like over there. Yep, he's already been to Pennsylvania. So if you're in Pennsylvania, I do suggest you go to bed immediately, so then you can double back around. As then we have Patrick, of course, showing off his Spanish again. How long until he's in Ohio? Well, I think he's going from Louisiana. So he's currently heading to New Orleans, and then he might go up to Ohio in the next couple of hours. Yes, he was in Ireland. He was in Ireland I'd say about 5 hours ago. Happy Christmas, Isla. As ASMR, of course, trying to beat Patrick in the Spanish language showdown. So I don't think that's entirely true, as Paris is on the same time zone, basically on the same time zone as I am. So of course they're most probably, I think they're just an hour ahead. So they're most probably only waking up to have their breakfast at the moment. Yep, bedtime alert for Midwest Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Northern US. The Santa's heading at full speed to New Orleans. Has he been to Minnesota? Let's see. I'm not very good with my USA states. No, he hasn't been to Minnesota yet. I think Minnesota will be in this hour, I believe, but we'll see what happens. Esma, I've already given you a shout out, but thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel. Your help is appreciated. When is Santa coming to Tennessee? Santa's already came to Tennessee, I believe. But I believe Memphis might be in this hour. If you live in Memphis, which is like on the border, it's just quite hard to tell where it's like what state it is. So yeah, I do suggest if you're in Tennessee, go to bed now if you haven't got it yet. How many hours until live stream ends? So I believe, well, I don't know, I'm actually not sure. Let's see what hour we're on 22nd hour. So we have a good portion of hours left. I'd say about 5 if I want to be about as an estimate, but it could be more, could be less, depending on how long Santa takes. Of course, it can change year to year. Yep, he's next to Houston. As he's actually bypassed it, has he? No, yeah, he has bypassed Houston. As he's now arrived at New Orleans, he's going to Lake Charles in Louisiana. So if you live in Louisiana, I do suggest you go to bed immediately. Anyone know Santa will arrive exactly at 12 at night? No, I don't think he's going to arrive directly at 12 at night. He'll arrive around that time. But of course, as we say, it's just an estimate. He could come anytime between 9 PM and 12 AM your time. Santa has not been to Ohio yet, I don't believe. He has been to Melbourne ASMR. He's done the whole of Asia, Middle East, Africa and Europe. So he's just doing the last couple of... He's doing the last 2 continents here, of course, being North America and South America. I believe that's counted under the UK cam. If you want to watch that, go down in the description and click on our channel, and I believe maybe one of our mods will be nice enough to post a link for you. You live in Minnesota, when do you think I should go to bed? When do you think you should go to bed? I do suggest you go to bed around, I would say, around 10 PM your time maybe. But it depends how fast you can get to sleep. Marion, well, if you do stay up all night, you may need to fall back to sleep after if you want to get those presents. You live in Mississippi, says Caitlin Harris. Is Santa real home? Well, it's actually, well, if you check the NORAD website, NORAD has tons of information on Santa, his sleigh, and his journey, so you can check that on there. And he is now heading to Tupelo in Mississippi. So yeah, if you do live in Mississippi, do very suggest you go to bed immediately. He's going to be about a minute away from there. Yet Santa has gone to Melbourne ASMR. Yeah, if you're awake, then Santa will not come, and he'll most probably back around once he's finished his journey or when he has time. Right, Santa is now 30 seconds away from Tupelo in Mississippi. Do you know when he reached New York? Turns in he's already reached New York. So if you're in the New York area, or if you're on the east coast of the United States, I do suggest you go to bed. You live in YANTSU, Mississippi. That's Capron Harris. Aviation Jordan, I do remember you sitting in the chat. I have been around for most of the stream, so I've seen literally everything that's gone on. Anyway, as we go to our next location of Shreveport in Louisville in 2 minutes. Apparently ASMR didn't get any presents from Santa. Well, I hope you do go to sleep so then he can give you presents, but of course, I know that might be a bit of a lie, as of course you've already said that he's already given you presents. And of course Patrick is going to be heading off in night, of course one of the founders of YANTSU. So everyone wish him a Merry Christmas. Going strong until the finish, says CJ. Well, I believe one of our members, one of our Puerto Rican members, who was our host about an hour ago, is trying to do that as well. So I wish him and you both luck. Merry Christmas, ASMR. You live in New York, Manhattan. Yes, Tenzin, he's passed the whole of the East Coast. So if you live on the East Coast, I do suggest you go to bed so they can double back around and hopefully get there. Anyway, as he's about a minute away from Shreveport here. Yes, Billie Eilish, you should go to bed very shortly. As a Santa has passed you, so he might back around, so the earlier you get to bed, the earlier he'll give you your presents. And we are now, Santa is going to most probably, is going to start calculating his next movements. Santa, I don't think he's been to Ohio. Where's Ohio? When I need it. Oh god. He might actually, yes, I've not been looking. He has gone to Ohio and Indianapolis, I believe, or Indiana. No, that's Indiana. Yes, he has gone to Indiana, I believe. Oh, ST, so basically when we switch hosts, it can do that sometimes. Thankfully, it hasn't, like, shut the stream down yet, so hopefully it has gone quite smooth. Even though we've lost a couple of viewers along the way, but we should be fine. You applied to be part of our team. Well, wish you luck, Skid. So, yes, let's see if you will be able to get in our team for the 2022 tracking season. As he's now heading to Eureka Springs in Arkansas in about a minute. As we've now apparently hit 56,000 all-time views for this stream. So make sure to invite your family, parents and friends, so then we might be able to beat last year's goal. When will he be in Minnesota? I believe he might be in Minnesota just after Arkansas, I believe. Georgia. You're in Georgia, right? Where's Georgia on the map? Let's see. Yes, he has been to Georgia. He's been all around Georgia, so if you are in Georgia, just let you go to bed now. When will he be in Yazoo? I think he's already been there. Of course, it doesn't show every location he's been, but it shows the major ones. So I do believe you should be getting to bed if you live in that sort of area. When he will be in Manitoba, I believe it'll be in about the next 2 hours, I believe, maybe more. depending on how long it takes, and of course, if there's how many presents he has to deliver, because maybe more children want more than others, so of course it takes a longer time to get him out of sleigh. It's heading up to St. Louis here, and he will be shortly, and he's shortly going to be leaving, as he's already left Arkansas, actually going across Missouri here. Marion, don't worry, I think he'll be doing laps again, so I believe he's going all the way up to Canada, in Manitoba, then I believe he'll be coming all the way back down again. And I am just going to turn some volume up here, just on the background. Anyways, we're about a minute 30 seconds away from St. Louis, Missouri. When will he be in California? We have about 4 hours to go, clinics, most probably. It's quite a while. Even if you have it's believed that if you have the Christmas spirit, you will be able to hear the sleigh bells tonight. You're in Kingston. Well, Kelly, Santa's already been to Kingston, so hopefully you were asleep when he came. It's good, of course Santa will be flying to Canada. I believe this might be one of his... I think he's gonna go up to Illinois, Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, then Ontario and Manitoba next, most probably. How long until Nebraska? I think you do have a good hour, most probably, Tiggy. But if you want to be safe, I do suggest you go to bed now, depending on what time it is. Merry Christmas, Delols. I hope you got all the presents you wanted. Santa's already been to Tennessee, so I do suggest you're going to be going to bed shortly. Or are you going to get a video soon? I do not know about that, Daniel. Lives, no, he hasn't been to Texas yet. I believe Texas will be in the next 2 hours. Yes, Smiles completed the YANTSU 2022 application form. If you want to apply for Team YANTSU for 2022, I do suggest you go to our link that will be sent in chat by one of our brilliant moderators. And it will be at soundtracking.net/apply. And you can apply on that. You can be any age, but we do recommend that you're mature enough to, of course, to show the team and everyone else how good we are to withhold our standards. You're from Ludon, London. I think you mean London, or do you mean Ludon, like literally? I'm not sure. But Dylan, hopefully you were asleep when you went to Tennessee. Well, Lives, if it says he might be there in 35 minutes, he might be there in 35 minutes. I'm not really sure. Good night to Daryl, as I'm guessing you're going to be going to bed for Santa's arrival. He's going to Kansas next, to Overland Park. And yes, ASMR, you'll be, when our applications close, the team, the BOD, well, I can't really explain much of the application process, but you will, if you've been passed, you'll most probably get an email, or you'll be messaged on a social media platform like Facebook, and yes, you'll be invited, and of course you'll be gone through all the briefings, things like that. I don't think there's a camp for St. Louis. Yeah, there isn't a camp for St. Louis. Yes, if you're in Wisconsin, I do suggest you go to bed, as he looks like he's zigzagging his way up the center of the United States. Santa came to your house, Laura Jenkins. Well, I hope you got what you want. Of course, I got all that I wanted. So currently, I'm using one of the things that I got. And I got a new placemat, which is a aeroplane. Of course, Nick Tay, our chief pilot, will most probably enjoy that very much greatly. As my start, I think that's just frozen there because I've tabbed off it just a second there. That's up to date now. I was went to Peoria in Illinois, in about 2 minutes. Merry Christmas to Ethan and Braden. Of course, Braden being one of our many members here. Of course, he didn't host this year, but he did host last year, and there's some clips of him hosting. If you click on our channel after stream has ended. Yes, I have had a very good Christmas, Liv. I wonder how your Christmas has gone so far. Of course, he hasn't reached Texas yet. But of course, I'm sure you're very excited for him to reach Texas. Laura sub. Well, thank you for subbing, Laura. It means the world to us. Of course, it shows that you guys like our content and we'll keep doing more of it. Skid have also subbed. It's about a minute away from Peoria, as I'm most probably going to be losing my voice very shortly on the amount of talking I've done. And now we're just gonna count down till he hits Illinois. And yes, we'll wait. What is bedtime for Minnesota? Where's Minnesota? Minnesota is there. I should let's start heading to bed now, Ethan, if you live in Minnesota. As he's going to be there in the next 30 minutes to an hour. So yeah, as he's about 15 seconds away from Peoria in Illinois. Hope you have a great Christmas too, ASMR. Tom Santa's gone for the whole of the East Coast, so that classes. If you click on the map here, he's been to everything from Indiana and towards the east. He's been to everywhere. So I do really suggest you are asleep so you can backtrack if you haven't already gone to sleep. See you in 2022, ASMRable. He's now heading to Des Moines in Iowa. When is bedtime for Alaska? Well, that is... You have quite a while until he reaches Alaska, one of his last stops on this journey. So you have plenty of time to, of course, watch us and snuggle up and get a cookie or have some hot cocoa, depending on what you like best. Right, and we are now 1 minute away from Des Moines in Iowa. If you are in Iowa, I do suggest you go to bed. Laura's opening presents. Well, I hope you got what you got, Laura. But we'll see. We'll see that if you come back on the team. Or no, come back on the stream, I mean. Joe, he's already been to England. If you're still awake, right? If you've been awake for the last, I'd say 7 hours, I do suggest you start heading to bed so then you can backtrack. The White House has already gone to sleep, I believe, and White House has already got their presents. Liv's very excited, as you can see in the chat. As he's 15 seconds away from Des Moines in Iowa. Of course, basically right in the dead center of America, as you can see. So it looks like he might move on to Wisconsin or Minnesota. We'll see just now, and he's sent to Munster in Indiana. So quite a large jump, actually. He's heading straight across there. Yep, CJ Santa will circle back if he's still awake currently, but I do suggest you go to bed. So then, the quicker you're asleep. And we have a new snapshot on our Twitter, at Team YANTSU, so I do suggest you check that out. Bedtime for Mars. I don't think Santa goes to Mars, as there's no actual life forms on there. But maybe Santa might go to Mars whenever they have their Christmas. Merry Christmas to Tao. Lauren, he has been to Florida. He's done the whole of Florida, so do suggest you go to bed if you are living in Florida. And Laura, thank you for that. When it will be in Seattle, Washington State, quite a while. Of course, we'll let you know when you have to go to bed for your state or town or city. Merry Christmas from India, says Tao, as I don't read your whole message there. Of course, in Asia it's now Christmas Day, so of course they might be having their Christmas dinners nearly. Yeah, there's been lots of sightings of Santa. I think people are starting to flaw his ways, so Santa might have to get better at hiding away, so then he doesn't get seen. As Tad says, hi, welcome Tad to the stream. Liverpool or Yorkshire? I'm not going to get in that argument because I'm not in both of those. I am more southern. Well, Tom, I don't think you want to poison Santa before, because he still needs to. Oh, that's a bit loud. If you've heard that, I'm very sorry about that. There was just some notification popping up, I don't know why, but it just did. What time did Antarctica should have gone to bed already, and of course Santa was there quite early in the stream, and then he was there quite about 4 hours ago. So if you're more northern of London. I'm more north of London, so like Cambridgeshire way. Apparently it's 9:30 in Seattle, Washington State, as he's heading to Cedar Rapids in Iowa. As he does a 360 here, as he's going to be turning around. Surprised they've not put Chicago as a stop, but it looks like he is still going to, of course, deliver presents, huh? My name is Tom Livesland, as I just need to do something quickly. I don't support NFL that much. I only know mostly British sports teams and very, of course, the Major League Soccer. I know that quite a lot. Does Tom live? Does Tom? Well, if you do live in Cedar Rapids, I do suggest you go to bed in the next minute. Of course, Santa will be there soon. Well, Gizmo, when will Santa be on the West Coast? Well, you have quite a while yet, so I do suggest you relax a bit. Lauren apparently lives in North Carolina now. What's the time I am? It is just about 5:30, and that's halfway through my shift. You went to Las Vegas. Las Vegas is apparently quite a nice place. Just seeing from what pictures and things like that. When will Santa be in Arizona? Arizona is... Oh, where's Arizona now? I've just lost it. Arizona's somewhere here, I think. Yeah, there we are. Quite a while yet, so no need to rush. How does the program work? What do you mean, Sophie? Like the actual tracker or the actual stream? Because you have to be quite specific on it. Because of course there's multiple programs that happen. Because now head to New Glarus in Wisconsin. This might be a new... I think this might be a new place. The tracker. Oh, so basically NORAD track Santa. Well, primarily and actually track Rudolph's Red Nose by satellite. As of course Rudolph's Red Nose brings off a heat signature. So of course they can track him. And this is just a visualization of it. Yeah, Lauren, there's a video of Florida. If you go on our channel, there is a Santa cam made by not Max, made by Jack and Liam. You live in the West Point in Virginia. Santa might have already been to Virginia, I do believe. And yes, he has. So if you're in Virginia, hopefully you've been asleep when he came. What time do you have to go to the Sahara Desert? He's already been to the Sahara Desert. So I do suggest if you do live in the Sahara Desert, you are already asleep. Of course, it's quite early morning, I believe, huh? It's about 7 o'clock, I believe. As we have about half an hour left of my shift here, and we have, of course, one of our more experienced hosts coming on, Alex the Cole, and he'll be coming on for the next 3 to 4 hours, and then we have Jack ending off the stream. Yep, he's already passed India. He passed it quite a while ago. And he is now heading to Chicago. Of course, we did say that. I'm very surprised that he missed Chicago, but it looks like they're doing a weird route here. Because you would expect him to go from whatever that place was, I've completely forgotten it, to Chicago, and then, of course, to New Glarus, but it looks like he's gone the other way around. He's going into my state. Well, I'm guessing you live in Illinois then, CJ. Braxy has passed Boston. He passed Boston quite a few hours ago. Yes, Tanya has passed India already. Lauren, no one from YANTSU works for NORAD. We do work with them, of course we do support them, and we do have quite close ties to them. Did he pass California? Not yet. He hasn't passed California. Tad, there hasn't been any new cams. Our next new cams will be in the next hosting shift, which will be by Alex. Of course, there's no cams this shift, only if there's a Oh! As I say that, we have a NORAD cam in Chicago. Right, we're going to play it. I'm still going to have my webcam on, but I will just mute my mic here, and we're going to get that cam up for you.
NORAD has just spotted Santa arriving in Chicago, Illinois. Chicago is Santa's kind of town. Each year, Santa makes a swing by the second tallest skyscraper in the United States, the Willis Tower, which people can stand at 110 stories and overlook the iconic skyline of Chicago. Chicago is known for many things, but one of the things Santa likes best when he's there is to get a big slice of deep dish Chicago-style pizza. That will keep him going as he delivers toys throughout the Windy City.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that NORAD cam now. From Chicago, of course, this is the visualization, of course. So it looks like he's had quite a lot of fun in Chicago, of course, as he said. As Carl, who I believe voiced that cam, said, he had a nice slice of Chicago pizza, which is very nice. My mic is not off. If you're wondering, I did just check that, and it's not off at all. And yes, Braxy will come back to Boston. If you fall asleep in the next hour, he should turn around and come back to you. He's now heading to Brooklyn. He was at Amherst in Wisconsin. Now he's heading to Brooklyn Center in Minnesota. So if you do live in Minnesota, suggest you go to bed. Yes, he has passed China, Lauren. And that was quite a long time ago, actually. I was near to start the stream. My mic is completely fine, so I don't know what's wrong with that, Sophie. But I do suggest you might have an issue on your end that you might want to find out. Two seconds. Well, apparently I have just a small echo, so I might just need to turn my mic down a bit. So I think that might have fixed it. I'm just talking with my team here. Currently have a bit of echo, that's me. 2 seconds, we are just going to fix this problem. I need to lower the mic down a bit. I'm going to lower the mic down to about there. That should be good. I think that might have fixed it. I'm not sure. But we might just have to live with the echo for a while. Of course, we only have 20 minutes left, so it shouldn't be a big mad. Sophie, I think that might be on, yeah. When is Santa coming? Oh, Santa's already, has come to me. I am in, the UK, so he's past the UK quite a long time ago. So I've been basically awake for the whole of Christmas and even Christmas Day. I've only been to sleep for about 2 hours in the past 2 days. He's just left St. Cloud, now he's going to Winnipeg in Manitoba. Because the people that were like, well, people saying they live in Manitoba, says he has started into bed. My name is Tom Eiler. I'm just going to check because I might have a problem with the audio on my microphone now. Anyway, we're going to continue as he's near Winnipeg, so that's just going to be playing in the background when I start. And it keeps freezing, I'm sorry about that. If that freezes, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to. Anyway, we only have 19 minutes remaining, so, you know, we should, even if there's a bit of echo, we should be fine. LA, Tadley's going to be getting to LA in the next couple of hours here, of course, hosted by Alex and Jack, depending on what time they both come on. Sorry about that. That was just my fault. You might have heard that really loudly, and I'm very sorry for that. No Red Cloud plays, he hasn't been to Alaska yet. Because it's very early morning here in the UK, so, you know. And I'm meant to be getting things set up as well for later on in the day, because I'm on Twitter for a good chunk of the time, and I might be missing out the first hour, maybe more. Subs things to do. Well, Galaxy's been watching since 9 AM yesterday. Wow, that's quite a long time. As Santa's about to hit Winnipeg. And he is about 15 seconds away. About 15 minutes left of my hosting shift here. And then we're going to move on to Alex, who's going to be hosting for the next couple of hours. And he's now hit Winnipeg, and we're going to go to Sand Lakes Provincial Park in Manitoba, Canada. He's already in Canada, he's done half of Canada. Now just doing the other half, because of course Canada and USA is in 2 different time zones. Of course they have to do, because Santa can't start in the UK when it's like 7 o'clock, so you know. Merry Christmas to Lisa Lang. And I might have a problem with my mic, that shouldn't be a worry. Yes, Moose, Santa's already visited the UK there. It's about 2 minutes away from Sand Lakes Provincial Park in Manitoba. As we cross over Lake Winnipeg there, and I think there might be a problem with Mike again. So, and we are now going about 2 minutes left. Two seconds. B. Where's the amount? As that's just frozen a bit there, so and I think my mic might be fixed. Magic of this time. And we have about a minute to go here. As he's about to hit Sand Lakes, and I think he might continue up into Nunavut. I don't know what will be up there, but you know, we will see. And I think these two states might be the couple of last, what do you call them, states still? Provinces in Canada. And maybe we might get lucky going to Northwest Territories and Saskatchewan. And I believe I might hand over as we cross back over into America, into North Dakota and Montana with Alex Nicol. And he is now near Sand Lakes Provincial Park. As you can see on the map, he's just crossing over Southern Indian Lake. So, yes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are now heading to Prince Albert in Saskatchewan, Canada. In about 2 minutes here. So he's done a full 360 basically. He's now heading down. And we are now heading to Prince Albert. What have you got for Christmas, or what do you hope for Christmas? Depending on what time zone you're in, where you live. Have you got the presents you wanted if you've got them already? Or what are you hoping to get for Christmas? Put in the chat, live chat, if you want me to read them out, as I might read them out. Santa might come at Midnight Galaxy, you never know. And he's about a minute and 30 seconds away from Prince Albert here. Let's try to pick it up to 100 views so we can have Alex starting off in a quite comfortable position. And we are now going to 1 minute away from Prince Albert here. And I'm busy doing behind the scenes stuff as well, because I'm going to have to get used to swapping over onto Twitter, as I'm going to be doing quite a lot of Twitter things in the next couple of hours. Daniel's hoping for PS5. You might get a PS5. Tiredness, personal preference. If you want to go to sleep early, you can go to sleep early. Really depends on how fast it takes you to go to sleep. And we are now nearly at Prince Albert, as we're going to most probably do a couple of more places in Saskatchewan, maybe Saskatoon, Regina. Then we're going to most probably head down into north the two Dakotas, and to I believe that's Bismarck. And maybe Billings in Montana. You don't really know. As you sent to Moose Jaw in Saskatchewan. And that's going to be in about a minute 30 seconds here. Now about 10 minutes left of my hosting session now. Beastman got lots of gift cards. Well, they might be useful in the future, you never really know. And some new Pokemon games. Well, that sounds pretty cool. It's about a minute away from Moose Jaw here. Santa Claus, I am 13 years old and I'm about to turn 14 in January. And he's about 30 seconds away here from Moose Jaw. And yes. Last 10 minutes we'll start turning down the tempo here. Actually, we're going to hype it up, actually, for, of course, Alex. Santa Galaxy, I don't know. I can't really answer that question. I don't really know about that. When does Santa arrive in Texas? Jasmine, I believe Santa is now on his downwind leg into Texas. Yes, it's Santa Claus. This is my first time being a host. This is my second year being in the team. Of course, I did quite a lot of Twitter last year. I believe I did about 10 hours of Twitter overall, maybe more. I'm not sure. But all I know is I did quite a lot of Twitter. And he is now heading to Minot in North Dakota. And this might be one of my last stops here for my segment of the show. Of course, just doing an hour segment here. Laura, if you're still awake, I do suggest you go to bed if Santa didn't come. He should be able to be coming to your house very shortly, going around, of course backtracking, to people he missed. How far is he from Wisconsin? He's already been to Wisconsin, so about a couple of states over. Aviation Jordan, I am from the UK. Because same as multiple hosts this year, and I've accidentally highlighted that. Because there's been hosts like Liam and Jack. They're both from the UK. Max as well. And I believe there might be a couple of other UK hosts that we were meant to get, but of course, sadly, some people did leave the team just before December, because that can be multiple issues depending on how much that person was doing. Yep, your friend must need to go to bed now then if he lives in North Dakota or Wisconsin, depending on which state you're talking about. And we've hit 57,000 views. Maybe a bit more. Yes, he's already been to every place in Wisconsin, so if you are in Wisconsin, I do suggest you go to bed. And he is now about to hit minute in North Dakota. And I should be swapping over here in the next couple of minutes, depending on if the other host is ready or not. And we're now 15 seconds away from minute in North Dakota. I believe we might head down into South Dakota, depending. Moose will have Alex Nicole on next. And we're now heading to Rapid City in South Dakota. Future Santa Joe. Santa just came to your house, wow. Maybe you caught him on camera, you never know. Mr. J-Boy Santa will end his journey in about 5 hours. And it might be longer, depending on how long it takes. And we have 30 seconds here until he hits Rapid City in South Dakota. Of course, once I get one of the other hosts being able to host, or just say the final couple of things, and then yes, we will swap depending on timing. Okay, I'm just gonna ask now, talking about. Santa has been to the UK already, mate. He's been to the UK quite a fair time ago. When will we hit Arizona? I believe we might hit Arizona in the next 2 hours. Yeah, if it depends. If you take quite a long time, I do suggest you go to bed quite early. If you're quite quick sleeper, of course, I do suggest you do it quite, quite fast. Well, do you do it quite late, of course? Maybe doing it half an hour before Santa arrives in your place. Maybe things like that. As we're just trying to get hold of our other host here, and I will, once I get word, and we'll start closing off. 10 seconds away from Rapid City, as he will be heading to Watertown. Rickson, you might have been asleep when he did it, when he came to your house, so maybe it might be worth going to sleep again, just for maybe an hour, just so we can get the gifts around to your house. Yeah, maybe. I know he's heading to Watertown in a minute and 30 seconds. If it does freeze a bit, I'm very sorry. It just, for some reason, it likes to freeze when you tab out. And I'm trying to tab out quite a lot, just trying to collect chats and that. Welcome to Constructive Cousins and Triple Dinger. Lisa has lots of presents, well, you're going to be quite lucky this Christmas, aren't you? Right, as I believe we're going to be ready in the next 5 minutes. I have 5 minutes left of my shift. Of course, this is going to be my last shift of the year, only if I need to go on as backup for someone. Santa's already gone to London FX. Yes, he has passed Chicago. He did that actually in the last 30 minutes. And we are now heading 30 seconds until we hit Watertown in South Dakota. Right, let's try to hit 100 watching before I go off here. Welcome, John. Welcome back. And I believe you might have been in the stream before, I'm not sure. Welcome, Geraldo Martinez. Welcome. 10 seconds after as he hits Watertown in South Dakota. Right, as the other host is currently just getting ready, we're heading to Rockwell here. This is most probably going to be where we change shifts just after it. So this is my first time hosting this year. It's been an absolute blast, of course, with all of you, of course, watching, subscribing, commenting, liking, doing all what you wanted to do, and that was actually brilliant. And I do wish you all a Merry Christmas. Of course, hopefully you got the presents you want. I got the presents I wanted, so hopefully you do the same. And of course, it's been quite a blast. Of course, we've had Marcus on, this is his last year of hosting. We have a Liam who's taking a more backseat role and going to be hosting less. We had a couple of new hosts, of course, myself, Jonathan, Bobby, and Connor. Of course, all been doing very good jobs. And we are going to, I think, gonna change host in about a minute here. So yes, we're just going to grind out this last minute here until Alex, of course, is going to come on, and then Alex is going to be on for the next 4 hours, and then Jack will come on after him. About a minute here until we switch. Because I'm just going to have to move that out my ear there, just so I can hear a bit better of when I have to swap, of course. And we are now 30 seconds away from Rockwell in Iowa. It's going very slowly as I think he's gone a tad too fast. Goes literally on top of it here. As we're going to be transitioning any moment now.